So I've just had my lunch here at Cove, and because the engine's had a chance to cool down, I thought what I'd do is just check the coolant level. It's been running fine all morning, you know, the temperature gauge has been where it should be. I think that job is done and we can kind of forget about it now. So the Defender is now up and running and we're back on the road. So all is good in the world. Morning, and hope you're all well. Find me here this morning in a rainy car park in Scotland, but it's middle of winter or end of winter, so you can't expect it to be sunny every day. So I've got up this morning, I've done my checks, I've been extra vigilant about the radiator. I've got no reason to think they haven't done a proper job, but it's worth keeping a close eye on it. Today I will be keeping a close eye on it because it didn't do much mileage yesterday after the repair, and we'll see how the day goes on. The plan today is to go back up to the North Coast 500 and head around to a place called Cove, but I'll get the map out and tell you all about it now. So I hope you can see this map because I'm having to do it in the back of the Defender because of the rain outside, but if I put my lights on it just reflects off the map and you can't see a blooming thing. So I don't want to do it outside because I don't want to get my map wet. But this morning I have put an extra couple of markings on the map. The blue line here is the North Coast 500 and the blue line up there is the North Coast 500, and we were going anti-clockwise around it like that. If we hadn't have broken down we'd be up here somewhere. But yesterday morning we were parked there and I travelled down to Inverness, which is down here, to get the radiator fixed. And once they'd fixed the radiator, which they did amazingly well, I still can't believe we managed to get it fixed in one day, but there we are. Once they fixed it, I turned around and I came back up towards the North Coast 500 and I'm parked around about here. So this morning, in order to go anti-clockwise on the North Coast 500, I'm going to go up this here, that isn't the North Coast 500, and then rejoin the North Coast 500 just south of Ullapool, and then follow it around here. And today I'm heading for a place I want to go and see, which is up in a place called Cove. So that's the plan for today. So hopefully the weather will improve, but we'll get on our way now. Let's go then. So we'll head back north after the minor maintenance issue. So here we go then. So I don't think I need to give a weather report this morning. As you can see, it's raining. It's quite cold with it as well. There was a forecast last night for snow, but I don't think it was quite this far south. So it's just cold and wet really. I've had the heater on this morning in the back to keep it warm. So we'll head north and hopefully we'll be back on the North Coast 500 like nothing ever happened. Well, I'm hoping you can see it in front of us. Bit of blue sky. Unfortunately I have got the camera inside, so you are seeing the wipers going backwards and forwards. The rain just makes everything just that little bit harder, you know. It's harder to get dressed in the morning without getting soaked and harder to do the vehicle checks. It just changes how you have to do things, you know. So I've got about 1.5 kilometres, a mile, before I turn left off of the A835 heading for Ullapool and onto the A832, which is the North Coast 500 road. Turn left here and I'm hoping there's a sign for the North Coast 500 and I've got it right. Doesn't appear to be, but this I believe is the junction that has now taken us back on to the North Coast 500. So we're now back on track. Absolutely cracking view of the mountains with that little bit of snow on them and the clouds. came down into this little valley with the trees, straight away I noticed the difference in the wind. It's got really windy today. This to the right of us at the moment is little Loch Broom. Which, it looks a little to me. Even though I'm still on the A road, it's got a lot smaller. There's a fair few steep climbs on it now. So that down there to the right is Loch Ewe, and the jetty thing you can see is a ship refuelling point. Loch Ewe during World War II was used as a staging post for the Atlantic Convoys that were resupplying Russia during the war. So I'm in a little town called Ewe, and I'm going to turn right here, which takes me off of the North Coast 500 and onto the road for Cove. Then I'm going to take advantage of the shop there on the corner as well. So my side mission has been accomplished. Make our way up to Cove. I do like going into the little local shops. You know, you're supporting the local communities while you're travelling around these places. So I'm just making my way up this little single track B road to Cove, and the weather is coming in. You can see it coming in from the north. It started raining and it's pretty windy out there. And this is me just arriving at the anti-aircraft battery and the Atlantic Convoys Memorial. So I'll find somewhere to park down here and then go and have a walk around. So this is the memorial for the Arctic Convoys. Cove was an anti-aircraft battery location, and there's lots of remnants of buildings still here, and Loch Ewe was a key departure point for the Arctic convoys during World War II. I've come up here because I like military history, as well as going out to the old scenic locations. So it kind of has different things for me, but I think it's well worth coming up to see. So this is the actual memorial stone. We'll just take a quick look inside one of the buildings. This is one of the battery emplacement where there was a gun. I don't know what guns they used. They're fairly big ones, I would think. And that's obviously where the gun was positioned. And that's the view out across the loch. A lot more sheltered in this building than it is out there. So I'm going to try and amble back down to the Defender, to Gulliver, without getting blown off the cliffs, and we'll move onwards. So I've just had my lunch here at Cove, and because the engine's had a chance to cool down, I thought what I'd do is just check the coolant level. It's been running fine all morning, you know, the temperature gauge has been where it should be, everything's been good, but it did get me thinking about my spares, you know. At the time it happened, I did think about spares and what have I got and what haven't I got, but I thought it'd be an ideal time to actually show you where I've got stuff and what I've got. So above the roof there, the solar panel sat at an angle. Well, that's a storage box underneath it, and half of that is full of spares. It's got all the lightweight stuff, you know, like air filters and oil filters, you know, anything that's light, gaskets, sealants, things like that, I've put up there in the top box. just to keep the weight down, but it's quite a useful storage area for parts. Then in this side locker, got a few tools rather than spares. And then around the other side, in the other locker, in this side locker, I keep all the heavy stuff. I've got brake pads and things like that in there. I'm also carrying a full set of shock absorbers and an alternator and a starter motor. Now I've got everything on board, from things like cable ties and duct tape for when it moves and it shouldn't, and WD-40 for when it doesn't and it should. But I've also got things like wheel studs, like I said, brake pads, tyre valves. I've also got a box on the roof, one of the boxes on the roof, that's got a load of sealants, RTV, glues, instant metal, or whatever you call it, that kind of thing, you know, and spare nuts and bolts and random Jubilee clips, that kind of thing. So I've got a fair amount of spares with me, but it's I am limited on space and weight, obviously. So I brought with me all the kind of things that I thought, well, if it's a little thing, and if I don't have it, it's going to bring the journey to an end. Unfortunately, I haven't got a radiator with me, but luckily that's now solved. I think that job is done and we can kind of forget about it now. It's running like a dream this morning. So the Defender is now up and running and we're back on the road. Just leaving Cove now. We're going to head back down this little B road, this little track. It's not a track, it is a tarmac road, but it's quite narrow with passing places. And I'll get back to the North Coast 500, and then my only plan after that is I want to go and do the Applecross Pass, but that's quite a way down. It's a couple of hours away. So for today I'm just going to continue heading south on the west coast and make my way in that general direction and start looking for parking at some point. I'm back down in Pool U and I'm going to turn right back onto the North Coast 500. Thank you. So that's it, I'm back onto the North Coast 500 from Cove. So it's getting to that time of day where I start looking for parking. I've got a pin off of Overlanding that's about 15 minutes away. So I'm going to give that a go. If that one doesn't work, I've got another one that's about 20 minutes after that. So we'll go and find parking and call it a day for the day. So somewhere to the left here, there is there is a parking spot mentioned on my Overlander. And I think this will do us fine. So that's me parked for the night. The first pin was good, so I've taken up the opportunity to park here, and the view from here, spectacular. Can't argue with that. That's Loch Ewe. I'm about halfway down it on the way to Applecross. It's been a cracking day, thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was nice to go up to Cove. The Defender has performed faultlessly. The new radiator has obviously solved the problem. Temperatures are sitting nicely where they were before the radiator was done, so I can't argue with that. And everything is good in the world. So if you've enjoyed this video, thanks very much for coming along, and please do come along for the next one. And I'll be heading for Applecross Pass, but for now I'm going to go and make myself some supper. I think it's going to be a much colder night tonight than last night. We do appreciate you watching these videos, and as we always say, you keep watching, we'll keep filming. Thanks a lot.